What's up, guys, and welcome back to my garage. We haven't played this game since, I want to say, October, maybe, of last year, so it's definitely been a minute, but since then, there have been several updates made to the game, so if you're excited for the continuation of the series, make sure you leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Before we really get too far into it today, I should also mention that our original save, gone. Dusted, dunzo. That's what happens when you build a new computer, I guess. What happened to all of our tools? Dude, somebody just came in here and threw all of our tools all over the place. All right, I'm gonna clean these up really fast, but I am just really excited to get back into, working on some cars again. I honestly do miss it, but since we are having to start over today with a fresh save, that means we're probably gonna end up doing mostly like customer work today, but again, I'm looking forward to just working on cars, so I'm all for it. Can you change the fuel tank? That's going to be our first job, really changing a whole fuel tank. 130 bones, though. That's honestly pretty good. If I remember right, this is a lad coupe. It's going to be the drop top version. Let's get this thing pulled into the garage, and we'll take a peek at it, I suppose. So enter to sit down. We've got the ignition there, e-brake as well. I usually forget the e-brake, but not this time. Not this time. We're already off to a much better start than our previous attempt, for sure. We'll get this pulled in, and then there is a third-person camera view that I always forgot about. That should help us. Oh, that is way off. Hopefully align the vehicles on the hoist just a little bit better. That doesn't look too bad. We got to put her in reverse Terry ever so slightly. I think that ought to do it. So we'll rip the e-brake, turn the wheel again so we can actually see the ignition there. Enter to hop out, and we are good to get the lift all set up. I don't remember if all the bolts for the fuel tank were underneath or if there were some actually in the trunk. Oh, that's the fuel tank right there. This might be a lot easier than I initially thought. Let's grab our wrench here, make sure we're on loosening mode, and we can lean into if we need to see a little bit better. Is it just the one bolt? Wow, this is actually going to be stupid easy. It's just one bolt, and it looks like the fuel, like, what do you call this? The fuel neck, I guess? That just comes out with it. It's the gas tank 40 liter for the lad or lad coupe. So we come over here to our parts catalog. Should we be buying it from here? Let's just figure out if we can find the thing first. You know, tank is probably a better search term for this. There we go. We've got the 40 liter right there. Looks like that is the only one in that size. But of course, if we purchase it from this parts catalog, it's actually going to be more expensive than if we were to just run on over to the auto parts shop next door and try to scoop it up there. This looks really different too. The drive used to be over here. That road used to like continue on a little ways. So that's the new dealer. Interesting. If you see it, it will be success. So advertise here. I love it. All right, let's run on over here. We've got different trailers now as well. We've got covers for the trailers. Dude, I'm really just excited to see all the new stuff. Wait, this whole thing is different. This is like a completely different shop now. I'm also remembering how like eerily quiet it is at times. Like there's only wind noise occasionally, but there's no background music, none of that. It's just us and these cars. I'm looking for anything that's new. Oh, spacers. Dude, I do remember there being a definite need for some spacers on a lot of those vehicles. So happy to see that. We've got some new stands over here. Oh, bike stand. Hey, 420. That's pretty sick. Engine stand for the bike as well. Awesome. Cool. Anyways, we're here for some parts. 60 bones versus I think it was 69 bones. Also, huge update. Huge update. There's a backpack. We can put things in our backpack now to transport them, dude. That is huge. Monumental, even. The Dynaco gas station across the street doesn't really look all that different. Oh, you know what? I think this pump was actually out of order before, so it looks like that's been fixed. It's diesel. Dude, we got a diesel pump over here. So we've got gasoline and diesel. Let's head inside really quick so we can see if there are any other changes. Was there an aquarium? Once upon a time? Again, many, many months ago. I don't remember there being an aquarium. Is there... Oh, I was just about to say, is there not even a fish in there? We've got a goldfish. That is very cool. And then some interesting artwork pieces. Anyways, let's head back across the street and we'll continue on with this job so we can finish it up and get paid. So middle mouse button to discard. Is that the whole bag or just the contents? Just the contents, okay. And we can place that in the trunk. Bend on over, grab our wrench again. Change it to tightening mode. Tighten one bolt. One singular bolt. And that's that. We can lower it back down to the ground. Dude, we didn't even need to bring it inside. Didn't even need to put it on the hoist. But I know that if we don't pull these arms out, we'll just have to do it later. So I'm going to do that really quick. And then we can head on back in, check out the phone, and finish this job up. We'll see. Oh, wait, missing fluids. Right. It would probably need more gasoline in it now. This, I guess, is just empty. It also says now that we have to finish the job in order to sell the parts. That's probably for the best. Let's be real. Well, let's hop in, old girl, and we'll run across the street, see if we can't fill it up with a little bit of fuel. I'm glad that I went and... Oh. Yeah, right. That is definitely a problem. I didn't notice any jerry cans over here. Oh, here we go. We've got one. 25 bones. Thank you so much. Alrighty, how do we work this thing again? Oh, that's right. We grab it and it just immediately starts pumping. Do I need to like open this up somehow? Let's just open this fuel door up, take the cap off, and we'll see if we added any fuel into it whatsoever. Nothing. Dude, this thing is bone dry. You're kidding. You're kidding. Dude, I was clicking the wrong thing. I was clicking the like cap for the lid, but I needed to be clicking back here. I probably knew that once upon a time, but it has been a while since we last played this. There we go. Okay, I was just pushing or clicking the wrong button. We're fine. We've got this. It's only taken me 10 minutes to figure out how a jerry can works. This time for sure. You guys, this time for sure. We just have to rotate it to get it to start pouring. It says filling at the bottom, so I think that means we're good. Now it's disappeared. We'll rotate it back down, drop it, make sure we get it closed up as well. And then we just have to put on our cap, close up the fuel door. You know, maybe that's enough. Like, maybe we don't have to, yeah, we don't even have to fill the tank up that much. Perfect. $130. Who knows how much money I just wasted on fuel? Does it auto-deduct? It must. Unless I have to pay inside. Oh, I do. $47. I just wasted $47. We lost money on that job. We started with... I can't believe this. We started with $10,000. We now have $9,997. So we're off to a great start. Hey, but we're going to make $3. There we go. We just made $3 by selling off the old part. That is still very loud as well. I remember that being pretty loud. Should we try to sell the jerry can? Okay, that's not going to do us any good. I guess we'll just leave it up here for a rainy day. So, our first customer vehicle, our first customer job complete. Let's check in with the phone and we'll see what the next one is. It's overheating. I love how it doesn't tell us what the vehicle is or anything of the sort. It's just, it is overheating. It's a 4-door Lad. Okay, we've seen these a time or two before. Now, why is it overheating, though? Do a little bit of investigating here, see if we can't figure it out. Ooh, water pump. Water pump right there, just behind the pulley and that fan. Looks like that thing is kind of dusted. So let's put the hood back down. Unfortunately, this one we are going to have to pull in. I don't think we'll need to put it on the lift necessarily. I'm determined to at least make a little bit of money today. That's my end goal. Just a tiny bit. Doesn't have to be anything, you know, super crazy. I think just one bolt here. That's going to remove the fan for us. And then we can put our wrench down. We should be able to... Was that the hood? We should be able to just take the alternator belt or the accessory belt off. And then now we have a little bit better access to the water pump. Just 2 bolts? Is that all I'm seeing back there? Maybe 3. Maybe 3 bolts. Gonna need our wrench again. Clip our whole entire face through the side of the fender here. There we go. And then the hose is probably gonna have to come off. Oh. Okay. Guess not. That works out pretty well. This is just a water pump for the Lad Coupe, Chad, or anything with the i4. Awesome. Well, I'd drive it, but we kind of just took the thing apart, so we're going to hoof it on over here to the auto parts store, grab us a brand spanking new water pump, and then we'll be able to make our way. You guys don't realize how huge that is, that I just did that. We weren't able to jump over this little barrier, this little brick wall before. That's massive. That saves so much more time. Now we don't have to go all the way around it anymore. This sucker is going to cost us $39. It's a small price to pay. It's the only thing we're buying, so I'll just carry it in my hand. With the backpack also, godsend. The fact that we can just jump over this wall also. Okay, maybe not with stuff in our hand. Oh, there it is. Now we can add in our new water pump right there. Let's grab our wrench again. And then I'm thinking there's probably going to be a like a hose clamp or something that we're going to have to tighten on that lower radiator hose. Switch to tightening mode. Just 1 bolt there and 1 bolt there. It's very, very sensitive, so a little bit difficult to get those smaller bolts. Got our fan going back on as well. Or at least I thought so. It must have fallen off. Hang on. You go right there. Perfect. Tighten the 1 bolt. And then I probably should have put this on beforehand, but I think it'll go on regardless. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, let's see. Is there a hose clamp on there? If there is, I don't see it. There should at least be a jug of coolant right here. That'll come in handy. Let's drop that thing. I'm noticing some definite frame droppage, so I really, really hope that this episode ends up... Yeah, see, like right there. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it is so bad. I'm really hoping that this episode ends up coming together all right. But it's just one of those things you don't know until it's over. Let's go have a look at the phone and see if we've actually done it correctly. And we have 182 bones in the back pocket, so we've made $146.94 today. But wait, we've got an old water pump to dispose of for 2 extra bones. Gotta love that. And then also an empty coolant jug. That's just gonna give us a whole lot of nothing. All right, I need to stop this recording really quick so I can just make sure that everything is fine.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I mean, it seems fine, though Steam did just try to warn me that the Steam Cloud was not able to sync for my garage. So I was honestly thinking that we might have just lost all of our progress thus far, but thankfully we haven't. At least not yet anyways. Car is loud. It's gonna be our next job. The reward is a G, dude. 1 G. You guys have heard of Toogii, but have you ever heard of my alter ego 1 G? Probably not. There's also 3G and 4G and 5G, etc. Usually, if a customer is complaining about their vehicle being loud, it's just an exhaust leak. Usually. Oh, and this actually seems to be the case here. We've got a header that's definitely pretty corroded, and then this pipe just after the header seems very, very rusty. I love the pastel pink, too. It's a good look. Let's hop on in here, though. Move the steering wheel again so we can actually hit the ignition. Oh, yeah, dude. You can even tell just by the smoke. That should not be happening. I forgot how fast this thing is, dude. Got a V8 in it. The old V8. Let's use third-person camera view again so we can line this up. As good as we can anyways. That doesn't look bad. Ooh, hang on. Your boy might have did something, dude. That is prime. That is super prime. Hit that. Make sure we hit the E-brake again, or parking brake. And we'll slide on out of there. Next up then, we've just got to hoist her on up into the air so we can have a look underneath and see what all actually is going to need replaced. So from this, whoops, got to go up a little bit higher. I'm kind of hitting my head on it. From this header to the pipe, this one's kind of corroded, and I mean, we did see the smoke kind of billowing out into the cab, which isn't great, but it doesn't look near as bad as this other side. So I'm going to start by just replacing all of these pipes over here, and then if they still want us to do more work, we got to replace the other side as well. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But rather than loosening up all the bolts along the side of the cylinder head, I'm just going to loosen up these two right there, and then that thing, it's doing some bad stuff. It's doing some bad stuff. Let's help it out. Get it down here on the ground. Oh, yeah, dude, look at how it's totally, like, missing parts of it. Totally corroded and rusted out. Now we can lower it back down. Doesn't need to be too low. Open up the hood. Grab our wrench again. And then we'll crouch in here. See how many bolts we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding that thing onto the head. Not bad. All right, so far we have... Okay, that just decided to clip through the ground some more. We have the exhaust manifold L for the V8 and exhaust L. Wait, what am I doing, dude? I know better. I know better. We can't be buying parts from here. We just can't. If we want to make any money at all, we got to be buying pretty much all of our parts from over here. So let's get this set up on the V8 engine, probably just for the Chad to be on the safe side. And then exhaust is all we need to search here. Exhaust manifold L. That's got to be the one. And then wait a minute. Can you buy an already rusted one? Why does this look like it's already been rusted out? I mean, it's the same price as the other one. I'm just going to go with the one that looks like it's not a piece of junk. And then somehow we turned on our headlamp, but we can put both of those massive, massive things inside of our little backpack there, and we'll head on back to the shop. It does feel pretty good to be back here in my garage, just working on some cars again. It's very therapeutic, this game. But we're going to get these things reinstalled in reverse order of how we took them off. So first up, we've got, what was it, 6 bolts? 6 bolts to put on the exhaust manifold right there. And then we can raise it back up to the heavens, up to the moon, as they say. And then we can get this other exhaust pipe fitted up right there. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to leave it up in the air. Let's just drop the wrench. And I need to check in with the phone. That's all we had to do? Dude! That was a good job. That was a good job, you guys. Let's get the hoist arms lowered back down and straightened out again. We're starting to get into the money. Not big money. Definitely not big money. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Let's see how much we'll be able to get for this. 10 bones. That's actually pretty good for a rusty hunk of junk. And then same thing on this one. 7 bones. There we go. All right, so let's maybe take on one more job. I feel like we've probably got enough time for just one more customer vehicle today. Let's see what it's going to be. Something is wrong with the handling. Reward not specified. Okay. Only 190 bucks. So it's, dude, and they've all been lads or like the muscle car. I think it's supposed to be a Challenger or a Charger or something like that. But I know there's a new vehicle. Obviously we have a DZ pump over there, so it's got to be something related to that anyways. This was handling was bad, right? I do appreciate the blue interior though on the purple whip. That kind of goes crazy, honestly. Usually if it's a handling issue, whoops, I forgot to turn the steering wheel. Usually if it's a handling issue though, you almost have to put it up on the lift. So we'll get the arms put under this thing, get it lifted up, and we'll take a peek underneath. See what's actually going on here. Watch it just be like a slightly rusty tie rod or a bent tie rod. Actually, how about a bent strut? Is that all that's wrong with this thing? Wait. We've got something in the rear as well. If I can actually get up there to see it. Also, another slightly bent, broken strut. Okay, so strut F, or I guess strut R, and then strut F up here in the front. That should be all we need. Can we do this? Let's grab our wrench. Where do we put that little bugger? Can we do this without removing the wheels, though? Because that would save us a ton of time. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to try. And then up on the top should just be one bolt somewhere up there as well. There we go. That might have done it. We can slide that thing right on out of there. Was I right, though? Yeah, shock absorber, not strut. Shock absorber, F for front. And then R, presumably, for the rear. This one, we've got one nut right there. Probably one somewhere up at the top as well. Perfect. Survey says shock absorber rear. Let's leave the wrench right here, and we'll hoof it back on over to the auto parts store again. Wait, that's new. I don't remember this store ever being closed at night. We've got a super comfortable couch over here. So if we hit enter, maybe a couple of times. There we go. It's at least morning. Surely they'll be open at the crack of dawn. And they're not. Great. I don't know, should I go sleep some more and then come back? Do they have their hours actually like posted anywhere? I'm not seeing it. Maybe we caught them on a weekend. Oh no, the door's just wide open now. Okay, sweet. Well, all we need from here is a couple of shock absorbers then. 25 bucks for the front and 25 bucks for the rear. Let's get out our backpack again. Put both of those in there. Oh, the backpack is so clutch, dude. It's really, really nice. I don't know how many of you will remember this, but before the backpack existed, we had to like use this cardboard box to transport things to and from our garage here, and it was awful until we actually got like a vehicle to drive around, and that was a lot better. But let's get our backpack out again, get these dropped out on the counter, and we need the front one first. That's gonna go right there. We don't even have to remove the spring or anything. Love that. Got one bolt there, or one nut there. And then one up top again somewhere. Must have gotten it, surely. Moving on now to the rear. That is gonna go right in there. One bolt or nut, and then one up top. Alrighty. Perfect. I think that's a job well done. Hopefully that's the only thing that was wrong with it, because we're not getting paid much for this one. 190 bones. Complete that. And it was what, $50 in total for the new struts or new shock absorbers? We'll get $1 back on one of them and $1 back on the other. So we made a little over $1,000 in our first day of business, but I feel like that's pretty good, right? I think that's where we're going to wind things down at for today, though. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.